Hello and welcome to my meditation. My name is Debra Baker and I am delighted that you've joined us for a little while. I'm going to share a secret today. So are you ready? Let's get started. So let's begin with 3 nice, really deep breaths, breathing into our upper chest, holding it for a moment, and then when you're ready, release it nice and slowly. And now breathe into your chest and your upper back, filling up your rib cage. Feel your rib cage expand just a little. And hold it for as long as you'd like. And then release it very slowly. And as you release it, just feel your body relax and get heavy. Yeah. And now let's take the deepest breath we've taken all day, breathing into our chest, upper back, all the way down into our bellies. Breathe in slowly and make your exhale twice as long. So breathe in, hold it for as long as you like, and then release it really slowly. And now let's relax our bodies. And we're going to be a little active about it today. So let's begin with our feet and legs. And curl your toes under, maybe point them, and press your legs and knees together, and just take a breath, and then squeeze your feet and legs together, like tense all the muscles up in your feet and legs. Squeeze, 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 and when you're ready, let it go. And now we'll focus on the pelvis all the way up to our waist. So pull up your glutes, your pelvic floor, bring in your lower abdomen. Imagine kind of squeezing your whole pelvis. Take a breath, squeeze, 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 and then let it go. And notice how you can feel the blood flow increase when you do that. So now we'll work on our midsections. So pull in your gut, your belly, your sides, your back, and just work in your midsection between your hip bones and your rib cage. Just take a breath and squeeze all that middle stuff in. Squeeze, 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 and when you're ready, let it go. Now we're going to do our chest and our arms and hands. So bring your hands into gentle fists and pull them up to your shoulders. Tuck your arms into your sides, and we're going to do this in 2 sessions. So first we're going to squeeze the front of our body. So roll your shoulders forward as though you're squeezing the front of your body and stretching out your back. Take a breath and squeeze, 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 and then let it go. And now stretch out your chest and squeeze your shoulder blades together. So take a breath and squeeze your shoulder blades together. Pull your arms back. Expand your chest. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And when you're ready, let it go. And now, my favorite one, pull your shoulders up to your ears. Tuck your chin gently. Imagine like squeezing all the muscles of your face to your skull, and squeezing all your skull muscles to your skull. Take a breath and squeeze, 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 squeeze your neck with your shoulders. And when you're ready, drop your shoulders and exhale. And let's just relax in that for a moment. It feels really good to just feel that blood flow in your body and know that all is well. Your body is functioning well. So the secret I'm going to share, I'll cut right to the chase. I've mentioned this many times, just kind of in reference in meditations, and also to clients and in classes. An affirmation that I said. So 23 years ago, I was a single mom, barely making ends meet, really struggling with my finances. And I have this book that I've been reading It's an old book, and I highly suggest it. I'll get a picture of it and put it at the end of this meditation. It's called The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy. And last I checked, it was out of print. So you have to find it at like a used bookstore or request it from the library. But I highly recommend it because it gives a slightly different perspective on how Spirit works in, through, and as us, and how it talks about our subconscious mind. And my interpretation of that is that it talks about our subconscious mind as the connection between our human selves and our infinite selves. So the power of your subconscious mind. And it talks about how we can say affirmations and retrain our thoughts and our subconscious mind, because we are thinking constantly, whether we're aware of it or not. And if we're not aware, then we're repeating all the thought patterns from, when they were first put there, before we were even conscious of creating thought patterns, before we were even having memories. So through all of this, I knew that the answer to my financial issue was in that book. And I read the chapter or chapters on finances, and I glommed together, through the help of that book, a series of 5 or 6 sentences. And I began to say it out loud or in my head all day long. It was my first thought when I woke up. I thought it several times. I wrote it down on cards and put it on my mirror, put it on my desk at work, put it on my computer, everywhere. And I just thought these affirmations constantly. And I went from not being able to make ends meet and having 2 jobs to first having 3 jobs. And then in about 6 months, I got an offer for a job making more money than I had ever made in my life. And within 2 months of starting that job, I got a raise, a $10,000 a year raise. And I know that it was a direct result of changing my consciousness about my abundance. So I'm going to share it with you now, and then we're going to meditate on it. So the affirmation is, I am one with the infinite riches of my subconscious mind. It is my right now to be rich, happy, and successful. Money flows to me freely, copiously, and endlessly. I am forever conscious of my true worth. I give of my talents freely, and I am wonderfully blessed financially. It is wonderful. Thank you, God. Very simple, kind of long, because I didn't want to miss anything. I wanted to make sure I hit all the bases. So let's think about the first one and just kind of focus on it. So take a deep breath and just be in this space with me. I am one with the infinite riches of my subconscious mind. So my subconscious mind is one with all that is, with my higher power, universal life force. So of course it is infinite riches. It is substance. So I am one with that. We know that I am one with the infinite riches of my subconscious mind. It is my right now, to be rich, happy, and successful. And I know that many of us may not feel that we deserve it, or that it's our right to, have abundance. And so this helped me to kind of turn it around and to recognize that even though I was in a pretty desperate situation, it wasn't the truth of the universe. It was just my experience in that moment. So it is my right now as it is everyone's right now to be rich, happy, and successful. Rich, happy, and successful. Money flows to me freely, copiously, and easily. And that is directly counter to what a lot of us have been taught, that you have to work hard to get money. It's hard to make money. That's not true, unless we believe it and then we make it true. So money flows to me freely, without hindrance, copiously, fluidly, and abundantly. I am forever conscious of my true worth. A lot of us have been taught some variation of we are worthless, or we are not as worthy as someone else, or some variation on the deservedness. So I am infinitely worthy. It is my right now to be rich, happy, and successful. Money flows to me freely, copiously, and endlessly. I am forever conscious of my true worth. One with all that is. My true worth is infinite. And then, because it felt right to me to acknowledge that I make a contribution, I added, I give of my talents freely. And I suggest that probably most of you do too, without realizing it. I give of my talents freely, and I'm wonderfully blessed financially. It is not more blessed to be poor or to not receive, the riches of the kingdom. The universe wants us to be prosperous. It is my right now to be rich, happy, and successful. Money flows to me freely, copiously, and endlessly. I am forever conscious of my true worth. I give of my talents freely, and I am wonderfully blessed financially. It is wonderful. Thank you, God. So I will post a list, I'll write them out at the end of this meditation, so you can screenshot it if you'd like, or if you're watching on YouTube, you can copy it down, or however, or not YouTube, if you're watching on Facebook. Or if you want to just message me, I can send it to you. But it is powerful. And, that was 13 years ago. And it is still very much part of my brain, because I just constantly thought it. And when the money started coming, and the job was a good job, but I also worked hard. It wasn't like, money landed in my lap. I give of my talents freely. And it was very satisfying to be doing work that I had been trained to do, and also to learn a whole new skill set. Give of my talents freely. And I am wonderfully blessed financially. So let's just be quiet for a moment and think about, see what comes up for us. And we'll say it once or twice more, just so we can all kind of take it in. I am one with the infinite riches of my subconscious mind. It is my right now, to be rich, happy, and successful. Money flows to me freely, copiously, and endlessly. I am forever conscious of my true worth. I give of my talents freely, and I am wonderfully blessed financially. It is wonderful. Thank you, God. We are worthy. And, it's really a simple thing. In the greater scheme of it, it took me very little time to commit that to memory and then to focus on it several times throughout the day. Stopped at a red light. I am one with the infinite riches of my subconscious mind. Waiting for a timer to go off, or, all sorts of things when we're just kind of waiting on hold. I invite you to either use mine or come up with your own, whether it's abundance or anything else, or if you would like some help coming up with one, I'd be more than happy to help you. And I highly, highly recommend The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy. It was written, I think, in the 1950s or 60s, so it's an oldie but goodie, and I think you'll enjoy it as I have. So let me remind you again that you are whole and perfect, exactly as you are, in the one presence and the one power, moving in, through, and as me, honors and recognizes the one presence and the one power, moving in, through, and as you. Namaste. Have a wonderful, prosperous week.